Okay, so this is like the second try. The first one didn't work, so we're going to review that. Yeah, we have stream. It's going to be week. Weekly market. Weekly market out outlook. Perfect. So week of December. That's gonna be. Let's see. It's gonna be December 8th. Okay. 8. 8. Go December 8th. Perfect. Okay. December 8th, so 08. 8 8 12 slash 2025. Oh, perfect. Everything set up. Okay. So basically, in this for this week is simply going to be a market overview and so what we can expect so for the next week. So let's see. So right now we have yes, wait, we have Nasdaq, yes, on the side. First we're going to start to see what's the monthly is doing. Okay. So those lines are last week lines. Okay. So all the lines we have here, that was last week high, last week lines. Okay. So what we can, so basically we cannot, there's not much to do. So this is has been respected. So basically next target on the weekly, that's going to be here. So we can simply write weekly target. So that's going to be the same thing also for the other one. Okay, we can put this weekly target. Weekly target. So we can easily see, so basically we are bullish. Okay, price took out the sell side right there inside of a bullish fair value gap. So now the draw is high. Okay, so for those who are like long term, so which is good. Okay, it's good. So the draw is high, at least for this week. Okay. uh so perfect. So on weekly, so what we're going to do, actually, since now I am doing it on live, usually I used to write it on my Notion. So now it's no longer needed because of that. I have the stream, so I'm simply going to look at them after, and yeah, so joy is higher, and that's going to be the same for ES2. And if we go to a lower time frame, which is the daily, so we can have a little bit more context. So what can we have as a context here on the day? Okay, obviously we have those highs. Okay, those are some daily targets, right? Okay, those are some daily targets we expect to be went through soon. And same thing, here you already have the daily targets went through, okay, on ES, but however, like NQ hasn't yet. So what can we see? So so it's lagging so much. Price already respecting here bullish fair value gap. Okay, just gonna put that on green. Bullish fair value gap, so we inverse also the bearish fair value gap, so which is like a sign. So this was our bearish fair value gap, and that has been inverse, so which is very good. So that just showing basically bullish price action. So yeah, so in this coming week, we simply going to look for bullish for buys, simply that. So I don't necessarily want to keep those things because like I don't want to my chart to be so dirty. And the same thing also for ES. So bearish fair value gap gets went through, and then we expect also bullish fair value gap, so we just have to not the joy is high, simply like that. So we're not gonna we have a breaker here, we have a breaker here, the same thing also on ES, we have a breaker here, so we just have to see price respecting them. For the daily, we're not going to be that much in the details. Okay, we're not going to be that much like in lower time frame. We're just gonna keep it like monthly, weekly, and daily. So the monthly, all bullish, all bullish here, all bullish. Okay, so yeah, look at that bullish also on the weekly too. So yeah, so next thing we're gonna watch for the week is going to be gold. Okay, yes, I do trade gold future. So let's see, what do we have on gold? So that's like I marked down those mark was for last week. Okay, this is the US dollar, this is the gold. So look at that on monthly, straight out. Look at that. Damn, this is just like this has been on a bullish. Okay. So what we can see, price respected like the the weekly bullish fair value gap. Okay, and now we're just going higher. Okay, next target on the weekly, that's going to be here. Okay, uh, on daily, what do we have? Okay, so a lot of good things here. So we're gonna remove it because like it's actually, I think it's still valid. The I don't think it's valid anymore. This one I can remove. Yeah, so first we had like a price hit the bearish fair value gap, which trace into a bullish fair value gap, take daily sell side, and then inverse, okay, and daily bearish fair value gap, and then we displace higher. So right now we are inside of a daily fair value gap plus a breaker. So basically we just expect full price continue high. So there is not much like crazy thing to do. And on US dollars, so we took the high right there. So price took the high right there. Okay. So inverse this fair value gap, obviously it's going to hit the jaw, okay, lower, and then all those things will be sell sides. But however, I still think US dollar is bullish. Okay, so if we go ahead and weekly, so where price could uh, where price could, so my joy will be here, okay, for US dollar. So we're just going to see where exactly price could do something. Um, although looking at the chart right there on the monthly, this look bearish to me. To be honest, those might be the monthly draw on that. That might be the, well, just move that. I'm going to click on that and okay, that might be the draw, the next draw on the monthly. Yeah, so on honestly, like on, it's honest, I think, like looking at it like that, this is really bearish on monthly, so that might be simply a reversal to continue down. So for dollar, and so if price doesn't respect like this breaker, okay, we might be in trouble. So, and the jaw would be lower. Okay, so the breaker has to be respected, but we'll see. It's going to be by day to day, and now we took the low, so obviously, and we have a fair value gap, bearish fair value gap right there. I'm just gonna remove that because at this point it's been the purpose has been served. So we're just going to put the bearish fair value gap, the daily bearish fair value gap right there. So if we want to continue bullish, if we want to be bullish, so we have to inverse that, right? If not, those low liquidity might be the next targets. Okay, so what else do we look in our market weekly market over outlook? So that's gonna be the cryptos. Yeah, the cryptos. Okay, so those high has been taken out, and also the previous the highs has been taken out. So we have double equal lows. Okay, and then yeah, so here we inverse right there. So someone that want to take a shot, that could be enter a shot right there and then stop over here, and then first target here, and then obviously the next target will be the first presented fair value cap. But looking at that here, I believe crypto can go as low as here on Ethereum, and at this point I think I'm gonna look to purchase heavily. Maybe not too heavily because on Ethereum, but we'll see. And what we have on Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin is pretty much the same thing. We sweep the high. Okay, weekly fair value gap get went through. So right now we expect to take that low, simply like that. And I'm not looking for any buy until this low is gets swept. So if we go on monthly, okay, so when the year will be closed, so there will be a big fair value gap. Okay, that this is where I want to enter long for I will be enter long, okay, for crypto. And yeah, I believe this one would be went through, and eventually this one will get went through, and that will put us exactly that will put us exactly where we want to take position big time. Okay, look at that. That will price will went through that this low on the monthly, and then this is where we'll have to get some the best position in the game, okay, for crypto position. All right, for now we just look back, sit back, so we just sit back and look. Yeah, so it went as high as 130. No, not 130, 127. But especially like Bitcoin, this is very long term thing. So you just have to enter, forget about it. Okay, so I'm just going to. This is my shot on Wednesday, Friday. I'm just going to review that, clean that up. That is clean. That is clean. That is clean. So we're gonna clean up also for gold. Everything clean, gold too. So I think, let me see how much battery I have. So not much. I have 9% remaining. So basically, the next thing I usually do is I'm going to see what's going to what is the earning. Okay, so what should I watch for? Okay, so that's usually my watch list earnings position. So let's see what some of the earnings did. Okay, some of the earnings did very well. Okay, CRM, let's sweep that low. Yeah, very good. I think, let me see on the daily, what's it look like? It's a look at that. It's swept that low. The lows has been swept, and yeah, the low has been swept. We swept the low, and then yeah, the ending was on this day, and the next full day is inverse, and then yes, there is nothing. Obviously, there is no nice entry right there. So let's see on monthly what we have on monthly. Okay. It looks good on monthly. Like even my yearly is good. There is a big breaker right there. So yeah, big breaker. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. This big move like that. So the next target will be like this high. So if someone can get any position right there, so that's good to be long. We're gonna go. Gonna check. We're going to check what Snow is doing. Did what Snow did? Nothing good. So this is a low we're gonna look for, because there is a fair value gap just under. So if we take the low inside of a value gap, and then we can possibly take a long to target this high, and then eventually this high. Okay, for CRM, well, nothing happened really. So high hasn't been taken out, low hasn't been taken out, so nothing really. And Kroger, it looks interesting. Okay, we just take a look inside of a fair value gap. So let's go look like for monthly, liberation, but okay, tap the previous high too. Okay. Oh man, it's gonna stop. What can I use to make it running again? Yeah, this thing is gonna stop. I cannot do anything. Okay, that's it for the year. That's it for today.